right, writers, thank you so much for joining me. Cruz here, looking at Chat GPT and specifically Chat GPT's response on the CLEP college composition essay number 1. Essay number 1 is the 30-minute essay, and we will begin by first reviewing the exchange and the prompting that I used with ChatGPT, and then we will look at ChatGPT's essay. So I'm just going to go ahead and start, right, writers, and begin with the script. And I may do some voice changes between, myself and the AI. So here we go. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How can I assist you today? Are you ready for another essay? Of course. What is the essay about? Let's get started. I will give you the prompt first, then I will give you the directions. Sure thing. Let me know what the prompt is and what your teacher has asked you to do. Prompt. There are no challenges so difficult, no goals so impossible as the ones we set for ourselves. Now I will add the directions. Great. Let's hear the directions so that we can get started on your essay. Directions. Write an essay in which you discuss the extent to which you agree or disagree with the statement above. Support your discussion with specific reasons and examples from your reading, experience, or observations. All right, here's a possible essay that you could write based on the prompt and the directions you provided. So, right, writers, you see the back and forth exchange between Chat GPT and myself. And now we will take a look at the essay constructed by Chat GPT. Now, the AI did title it The Importance of Challenging Ourselves. And we'll take it from the top, right, writers. Here we go. The statement, quote, there are no challenges so difficult, no goals so impossible as the ones we set for ourselves, unquote, holds true to a great extent. In this essay, I will argue that setting challenging goals for oneself fosters personal growth, learning, and development. I will support my claims with examples from my personal experience, academic reading, and observations of successful people. Now, notice how the AI definitely brought in the prompt, mentioned it in the introductory paragraph or the introduction, and then also was very clear about their position. As they stated, they argued that setting challenging goals does really assist you, and they even explain how they're going to set it up. And the first body paragraph seems to want to focus on personal growth, or at least that's what the reader is expecting. A paragraph on personal growth, learning, and then a paragraph on learning and a paragraph on development, or some sort of paragraphs in that specific order. Then they're going to bring up personal experience, some academic reading, and observations of successful people. So I bring that up, right, writers, because if you say you're going to do something in the body paragraphs, then make sure you do it. If you do not have time to do it because your timer's running out, make sure you go back to your introduction, delete anything that you said you were going to do that you did not do, and make sure that, again, the reader is not left wondering what happened to that. They never talked about that. They never discussed that or brought that up in their essay. So just want to be clear about that, right, writers? Let's go to our first body paragraph. Setting challenging goals for oneself is a powerful way to drive growth and development. This is because challenging goals stimulate us to push beyond our comfort zone, explore new possibilities, and develop new skills and competencies as we strive to overcome obstacles and meet the desired outcomes. For example, when I decided to learn a new language as part of my study abroad program, I was initially intimidated by the complexity of the grammar and vocabulary and the difficulty of communicating with native speakers. However, as I persisted in my language classes, practiced with my peers and host family members, and immersed myself in the culture, I gradually gained confidence and proficiency in the language. By the end of the program, I was able to converse fluently in the language, make new friends, and appreciate the richness of the culture in ways that I would not have if I'd stayed within my comfort zone. Notice, right, writers, how this paragraph is definitely focused on um, fostering personal growth, and it's also discussing a personal experience. Let us move on to the next paragraph. Furthermore, challenging goals allow us to discover our potential strengths and limitations and to develop a growth mindset that enables us to embrace challenges and view failures as opportunities to learn and improve. Research in psychology and education has shown that individuals who set challenging goals and persist in the face of setbacks tend to achieve higher levels of performance, creativity, and well being than those who avoid challenges or set easy goals. For instance, a study by Dweck and colleagues, 2005, found that students who received praise for their effort and persistence were more likely to demonstrate adaptive coping strategies such as seeking feedback, revising their work, and learning from errors than those who were praised for their intelligence or natural talent. Similarly, successful entrepreneurs, athletes, and artists often attribute their achievements to their ability to set audacious goals, stay focused on their vision, and persevere through adversity. Notice how the AI, again, going back to the introduction, in this case, they focus on learning and maybe even a little bit of development and academic reading. And so that is established by referencing specifically a study from 2005. CLEP did not give us this study. And so the AI simply used that within the essay based on background knowledge. So I found that to be interesting. This paragraph, I also want to point out, right, writers, it has a lot of transition words, but you can also call them conjunctive adverbs. And so words like furthermore, for instance, similarly, followed by a comma. These serve not only as transition words, but they're also called conjunctive adverbs, and they provide variety in the sentence structure. So, moving on now to the conclusion paragraph. In conclusion, I strongly believe that setting challenging goals for oneself is a key ingredient of personal growth and success. By stretching ourselves, testing our limits, and pursuing our passions, we can unleash our potential, expand our horizons, and make meaningful contributions to our world. As motivational speaker Jim Rohn once said, quote, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better," unquote. Notice how this conclusion, right, writers, goes directly with observations of successful people. And again, maybe even this idea of development, personal development, to be more specific. Because really, when the AI mentioned, when ChatGPT mentioned personal growth, learning, and development, what they really mean, or the AI really means, is personal growth, personal learning, and personal development. And so, with that said, right, writers, that is pretty much a look at what the AI had constructed, what ChatGPT had constructed with respect to the CLEP, and specifically the college composition exam, and even more specifically, the CLEP essay number one, the 30-minute essay. So before we go, right, writers, I just want to point out one of my favorites, and that is looking at the introduction and conclusion together so that you can begin to see how these two paragraphs come full circle. Let me go ahead and just review that, and then we will officially say goodbye. For those of you who wish to say goodbye right now, thank you so much for subscribing and being here on this channel, and I hope that this video ensures your success. For those of you who are sticking it out with me, let's take a look at the introduction and conclusion. The statement, quote, "There are no challenges so difficult, no goals so impossible as the ones we set for ourselves," unquote, holds true to a great extent. In this essay, I will argue that setting challenging goals for oneself fosters personal growth, learning, and development. I will support my claims with examples from my personal experience, academic reading, and observations of successful people. In conclusion, I strongly believe that setting challenging goals for oneself is a key ingredient of personal growth and success. By stretching ourselves, testing our limits, and pursuing our passions, we can unleash our potential, expand our horizons, and make meaningful contributions to our world. As motivational speaker Jim Rohn once said, quote, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better," unquote. And so, Right Riders, I leave you with that message. Thank you so much. Love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I will see you again very soon. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for sticking it out with Cruz here to the end of the video. Love you guys. Bye bye.